Hi Marissa, if you want to come on in, have a seat for some symbolic support. I've made an inkblot in your name. If you want to take a screenshot so you can scry for shapes or symbols that speak to your psyche and psychic senses. And source Marissa, you will get the original in the mail as a blot bonus. All right, when you're ready, I'm going to close the eyes, activating the abstract mind and ancient awareness to perceive and receive symbolic support. When you're ready, thank you as always for holding space for me to share my insights as I explore your abstract aura. Okay, I gotta just like straight up say, I don't know if you as well can feel this, but there's a feel like, and there's some dark, there's some like, there's just a lot going on. Previously when I was tuning in, I don't know why I have to clear my throat so much, but I'll let it be. The song or the artist No Doubt came through, and Four Non-Blondes, I kind of heard like an anthem is What's Going On, the song What's Going On. Oh, what's going on? That was horrible, but so No Doubt and Four Non-Blondes. Okay, so now I'm going to dig in. Thank you. Right, I'm going to see if this will work. It's not always great for me to scry through here. Okay, right in here. Let's see if there we go, right there. This, I'm gonna say creature because I haven't quite tuned in. Okay. This to me is a Capricorn energy. It looks like a devil that is, and when I say devil, truly like how it's coming through is like a shadow of a devil. Okay, the Capricorn goat, Pan. But it's merging its wings, if I dare say, like out in like crabby crabs. The word's fleeting my mind. Pinchers, I don't know. So I don't know if that part of you can be a little pinchy, or you feel that you've been pinched a lot in life, like just like these pinches. But or if the way, like a part of a love language, maybe it's like pinch a bum, or I don't know, just something about pinches. And it's drawing me like right in there. But there's something about this energy that is taking me to a time. I don't know if it's a captain's hat or a pirate's hat. Pirates and pinches, what an interesting thing to see. And I'm trying to sense more into it because I haven't really seen it, and I keep continuously wanting to clear my throat. So I don't know if this is, there's like a holding back a little bit, or I'm going to say like, it's feel like I can feel like I'm consciously going, I'm not going to react. I'm going to respond. And I'm going to take a moment, because otherwise it could be perceived as pinches and not in a good way. And then there's other times the pinches are like little love nips. I don't know. I hope that makes sense. But the pirate feel is, as I don't know if in a past life you might have been a pirate or something along that lines, but it feels nurturing. There's also eyes in there. Okay, so now it's transforming for me. See these eyes? It could be from in and around that time frame that I'm in, and I say that time frame being pirate, and I don't know what that means, like what time frame that would be in, but I just heard a really weird sound in my home. Okay. So there might have been an entity. It's almost like so now I'm in, oh, interesting that I said Pan before, but I meant like Pan's Labyrinth. And now I'm in like Peter Pan. And these eyes are like Hook. Always like this drive to get the alligator or the crocodile. I don't know if there's, I don't know if it feels like there's like a vendetta in the air, and it's like, where's this coming from? Or this attachment, these eyes on you. And it's like, but when I'm here and now, like presently in the moment, Steph gazing and gaining, like it almost doesn't make sense. I'm like, why? And then I kind of travel back to this pirate time. And I'm like, oh, I think you might have been like, or at least how I'm sensing it. I don't know, maybe you just had like you did something to save someone or something, like a cause back in this day, whatever that would have been. And in turn, somebody or another cause, and when I say cause, I'm seeing it like a group of people. And now my third eye is itchy. Yeah, did something. I really feel like I'm in this past life. And again, I always am grateful for the space to explore. And it just set up like radars. I'm also seeing 2 towers, but these towers are in your hands. And now I'm here, and these are purple in nature. I'm not seeing if it's seeing it. Not sure if you can see it. And it's like you were caught. Okay, so this vendetta or somebody had it for you because of what you did. And whatever you did was about like freeing something. And it just pissed them off. And you were caught in that lifetime. Like they got a hold of you. But and I'm seeing something like I just like leaned back, if I was in a storybook of sorts, and I leaned back against a desk, and then the whole wall turned, and that's just what happened to me. And it went whoop. So when, say in that lifetime, maybe you passed, and it's like whoop, then it turns around, and now I'm in this other landscape. They thought they caught you, but really you did like some magic trick. Does that make sense? So it's almost like it was nothing for you to go, oh, okay, you got me. And then this happened. Okay, so I'm going to keep going here. That was a fascinating story. Okay, it's interesting. Can't seem to decide. Like typically I have a clear intuitive nature, like if I'm going up here or down here or zooming out or zooming in. And I'm equally attracted to the darker end, to the lighter end, because they're both attractive. Hidden talents. So that hidden talent reminded me of that door that went whoop. You might have been something. And that cardinal again. I feel like I'm in that Capricorn energy, and not because necessarily you were a Capricorn in that day and age, or Sagittarius energy. Oh, okay, that's that alchemy. What I'm feeling in that cardinal is, okay, let me best explain this. So I'm seeing the devilish Capricorn energy. And I say that could also just be the devil within oneself. It doesn't have to be Capricorn oriented, but this is how it's coming through for me. The devilish Capricorn being a cardinal sign, but see all the red like Sagittarius. The fire, the focus, the fiercity. It's like because of this hidden talent you have, it feels shapeshifty within different signs, different elements, different spaces. So there's some sort of shape shifting, and I mean that energetically and physically, like morphing into different shapes. Like you could do a dance to hypnotize somebody. You could make movements with your hand to teach somebody. You could apply healing by doing similar movements or yourself. But there's something about like being butted up against your, what I'm feeling right here, like the Sag and the Capricorn. You're like, ooh, this is a good pairing energetically to get stuff done. Because it's like right there on a cusp of a cusp. And then you can shift your energy. You can shift your awareness to be like, oh, I'm going to move more into Pisces. It's almost as if I can see the astrological stars, signs, space, where your awareness goes, and you can draw down to butt up against that. With fire being a prominent position for your person. Fire being cleansing or fire being fierce or pinchy. Like I'm seeing all those sparks from a fire. Okay, I feel like I'm rambling on and on and on, but hopefully you understand what I'm saying. So there's this, okay, shape-shifting, shamanic slash voodoo priestess slash witch, you know what I mean? Some sort of mystic ability. But there's a lot of dress about it. There's just a lot of electricity. It's attractive. And it attracts what elements it wants to work with. Okay, I just was asked to go more into the shamanic realm. So I'm going down. Here we are. Okay, so this is where I'm seeing creative tiger stripes. So I don't know if a tiger is a spirit animal you resonate with. This is winter. The sacredness of pausing. Okay, and it's bringing me down into, I'm not sure if you can see it. So it's like I'm in spring in your sacral and winter. I don't know, maybe if you get the winter blues. I don't know. But it's like when I go into winter, go deeper. So it's funny, on the surface I'm seeing the season winter, but it asked me to go deeper, more shamanically. Oh, and there's roots there, deep roots. And they are crocodiles or something along that lines. No, they're crocodiles, maybe alligators, thank you. And they're red roots, like you have, oh, is this somebody else? That like, it's directing at the root. Like there could be some, okay, this is interesting. I don't know how to say this. It's almost as if when I go down, there's alligators that come out to protect like a security system at the root space. And when I say root, I don't just even mean root chakra or chakra energy, the shamanic root, right? So I go, okay. And these alligators come out. Something doesn't want me to speak about it, or maybe it's just me feeling a little like, okay, I don't want the alligators to come at me. And as they slowly come out to like ward off predators, it's almost like any soul retrieval piece, because this is where like maybe a treasure is kept because of what's happened in past lives. And it's also bringing me now to the show Oak Island, where there might have been some really crafty ways of hiding a treasure because it was sought after by your energy. And again, I keep seeing, I don't know if it's like ceremonial dance or something, and it's some sort of distraction. Okay, so I'm coming back up into the tiger stripe. You're very creative is how I'm feeling, and you're creative in the way of this expression to distract, disguise, but it's filled with desire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like there's I can dance to make it rain, or I can dance to make it be sunny. And even if rain might feel like the blues, but the crops need rain. Might want, emotionally, I can make it dance to make it sunny, but too much sun creates a burn and dryness. I hope this makes sense, but you know what? I'm truly enjoying the exploration, so I'm grateful. There's another set of eyes about midway down, so just under this like devil type creature, this pirate, and they have something off to the side here. And it's like there's a pause. Oh, the sacredness of pausing in the winter. Thank you. So it's like when you start going deeper, maybe this is in a journey or throughout the winter season. You know what I'm seeing? It's like, I don't know if something like shoots out the sides of your eyes. Like almost like a makeup, maybe some sort of eyeliner or some sort of makeup. Forgive me, I'm not great in that land. It's like you're putting something on to be prepared to go deeper. Strength. Oh, maybe it's like it could be in the temple space as well, but it's like I'm seeing some sort of sigil or marking that you make upon, like maybe it's like, hey, I'm ready, 3, 2, 1, or Reiki symbols or something along that lines. And there's some sort of marking that you apply, some sort of alchemy symbol, something you've created, and it protects you going down. And then some tiger stripes keep coming at me. Tiger stripes. Okay, I'm going to move up. Thank you. There's a great strength in this ability of what you're doing, because when you go down to protect this treasure, you're also very aware that on top, it's almost like the strength of a pirate on that ship or this, that, or the other. You have to be protective over it. I'm seeing a heart that's not quite connected in the ink blot right here. It's not quite connected. But then I'm also seeing a thunderbird right there. And I feel like you're a part of a war at some point in time. Some sort of battle. Okay, so I might be in the shaman land. People came to you for help. It's something about the throat and chest. You had an ability to channel maybe their loved ones. And there's it's not a snake, but it's snake-esque. You might have been beheaded, if that resonates. I don't know if I think I'm in a different lifetime. But when I'm at the heart, eyelashes, you're very attractive. And there's red. Again, there's that red, that cardinal fire. Cardinal fire. I'm actually trying to like intellectually remember your birthday that you had given me. It's not coming through. But I want to say again, cusp on a cusp. Cusp of a cusp. And when I see these eyelashes, and over here now they're transforming. So there's the eyelashes I'm seeing. I don't know, something about when you get warm or you blush or are like, I don't know, just like I don't know, it's adorable. But I don't know if, like, I don't know if those are like lambs or sheep or baby goats, but they're so sweet. They're so sweet in this blush. Or maybe, again, just makeup. It feels very, it's that dress thing again from a different time, from the voodoo, from the whole thing. It's like it's almost like in the here and now, I'm seeing many lifetimes, different dresses, different makeup styles, all of that. And they culminate here as you feel the need, like alchemy, so that if another soul entity, etc., that has its eye on you because they didn't get their crocodile, they thought they did, but they didn't get their crocodile, you can like shapeshift into these different disguises that are all truly authentic because they have been lived, learned, and loved. I'm seeing in the something about the hands, the higher self works through the hands. But at the same time, I see them as towers. And when I say that as towers, I don't mean in the traditional sense of towers. It's almost like giving off a perception. Again, that whole you got me, and there's success being perceived, but really like you crumble into dust and you disappear. And they're like, where did she go? Where did she go? I feel very prominent female energy. I feel like you've been female a lot of times, a female expression a lot of times. Okay, so I'm being asked to go up. Remember when my third eye was itchy? There's like a significant glowing. I don't know if it comes through in there as nicely as I would like it to. There it is. I just saw Gem in the holograms. Like the holograms, that's like the magic, the door. Maybe you were a magician in another life as well, and this could be more of like that pirate feel, and I don't mean to keep going back there, but it's just my way. Completely empathic journey, rambles and yambles. You might have been a magician, but it's all mixed together because your male and female aspects. And again, I think you tick somebody off. Anyway, okay, so I'm moving on. There's like a sun, but I'm seeing it. There's another symbol within the symbol, and I keep seeing it as like it's like a flower, and a very specific flower, not a petunia. Maybe a hydrangea. No, it's not a hydrangea. Oh, darn, what is that flower? A peony. A peony? A peony. Maybe a peony. And again, it's this really large headdress. Light and dark. I feel like you have hidden talents to move between both worlds, which means you make friends on both sides and you make frenemies on both sides. Because you need knowledge, I hear. And when I say like need knowledge in the hidden talents, it's like in order to outwit your Hook to your Peter Pan or the crocodile, etc., you need to know how they're thinking. Okay, so I'm gonna like shake my marbles out of there. Shake it, shake it, shake it. And I feel like every so often that needs to be done because there is still eyes on you somehow. But you're so aware. And there's still something that your towers are very, and when I say towers, I mean like not the traditional tarot towers. These towers of perspective, higher self towers of perspective. And I'm in like a fairy tale of some sort, and I'm off to the side so I can see. And it's almost like in a very creepy way, but I will share this with you. So it's almost like for myself, and that's what's coming through, so I'll share it, is I can see an eye in my hand. And in these towers, it's like I'm feeling. Oh my goodness. There's a lot of white feathers up at the top. I want to say again, in another lifetime, you might have been one of those dancers, or like Vegas dancers. I don't know what they're called. I apologize, but there's something dramatic about them. Very, I don't know. I just see a lot of like feathers, fan dancers, but they're not in like just little shake-it dresses. It's elaborate. It's elaborate. I hope this, well, I'm loving it. I'm going to flip it to win it here, Marissa. Let's keep on going. I'm going to add on some more oracle cards. Thank you so much. And for, if you've decided to make this public, for giving back to your name collective of Marissa. I want to get rid of this pen. For some reason, it just suddenly stuck in my craw. Oh, see up here? This is where I am right now. There's conversations. There's like, I don't know if they're friars, not monks. Okay, so I'm seeing people like clothed, cloaked, and they gather. Reflection. And grief was in the reverse. Okay, I want to come back up here for a second. In this creative space, I feel like sometimes your creations could come from the dark side of you. But this just feels like dark contemplation. And your emotions are in there as well. And this is where that root, that treasure chest from below, protects you. So this is how I'm seeing it, is you're above, so below, shamanically. I'm going to pause there. So your first so below becomes the as above, so below. And now your so below becomes as above. And that root becomes protective. And I see them like dash hounds. And there are these two shadow people talking. And when I say shadow people, I don't actually mean shadow people. I mean they're cloaked, or at least the way I'm feeling it is they're cloaked, and they're discussing something. They're discussing in this creative cave of an awareness that is had beyond the norm. And it's also empathically felt through the energy. So this isn't in the logical mind, because it's like a space to reflect with other parts of yourself, other areas, other energies, to discuss what's causing grief and dispelling that grief, moving away from it, moving around. And this isn't in an escapism, but this is just like a, how do I say that? Protecting what has possibly over this life to many lives caused grief or mourning. And those are protected, and not because they're weaknesses, but because you also know there are other strengths that are can be and will be, are transforming creatively, expressed, etc. But these other eyes that are on you, it's almost like they wait for them to be revealed preemptively so they can see them as a weakness. I feel like that was a big ramble, and perhaps through that creative language you can feel what I mean. There's also, above these dash hounds, there's another layer of protection. And this is, I feel like I'm in this space where there's just very creative and conscious conversations going on. I do feel like it's in oneself, but there's a chance it seems like there's a growing. So very specific people are also shared in that space with maybe others that can resonate with this dark, light, disguises, dances. I don't know what it is, but it just feels like a whole lot of magic in movement. A whole lot of magic in movement. I'm seeing okay, this is a really large temple. This is that flame up there too, that sacral flame. Maybe you converse with people, you hold space for people, you are, like when I was up in that conversation where things might be perceived as weaknesses and they're being transformed into strengths so that they're not, used as weapons, even within oneself. So there's this temple that I'm seeing, this space, this house, this roof, this place. I don't know if it's ethereal or actually earthly. It's not my concern. And this pathway to get there. Oh, these are very interesting lions of sorts. But it's almost as if like heartbreak or boomerangs is what I'm seeing. So maybe cycles, you try and toss something out, just comes back in, toss something out, comes back in. But as I'm seeing them, it's like, I don't know if this has been part of your collection of journeys and it's now something you offer, share, earthly or ethereal. I'm not sure. But they're guarded by these wiry lions. But it's of love. There's a strength there and it comes through this temple. And I'm seeing like Laura Croft or something like that. I think it's Laura Croft, and it's not meant to be complicated, but it's like you're the guide to bring them into this temple space, possibly within themselves, because it feels like it changes. And then you hold conversations with them in this very safe space. But it's sacral tiger stripe oriented, but there's emotion at the side of it. Okay, I'm going to wander on down here. I'm seeing like a girl's booty, like up in the air. And I'm still in that lion space. These are feminine. Sorry if I muffled the mic. They are attached into this. I don't know if it's a harp. I don't know if you hear certain kind of music. Something about a harp, like tuning. Almost like a divinity, because this is where it's bringing me now. And I want to note, and I apologize, sorry, not sorry, if I'm talking in circles, but it's not in circles as how I'm feeling it. It's just consistently reflective. I believe that card came, yeah, the reflections. If somebody's like trying to, within oneself, cause you grief, or like, and I don't actually see it as grief, I'm seeing it as like puppet master, like trying to control you. Again, earthly or energetically. Like, see how her hands might be tied, but around her on this card on the wall, there we go. There's movement like marble. It's almost like, okay, this is a weird statement to say, but I'm going to say it because it's amazing. The wonder of how marble becomes marble. You inject, like you have injected something or have worked with that element to make marble. I don't know how to say that. So at certain points, if you felt tied to an energy or entity, you've done something in the background to like make marble. And so even when you were in those stuck spaces, you were still doing other things. I just heard like you can't be stopped. Can we get some clarity on this grief, if I may? I kind of want to see, and we're here for Marissa. Okay, 9 of Wands. And this is what I'm asking, like that whole puppet master. 9 of Wands and the 3 of Cups. I'm going to take a moment here. Okay, remember when I was talking about like a war before? And it captured, again, like I feel like I'm Rolodexing and roller skating through lifetimes really fast. Like I'm at the old roller skating rink. And I keep clearing my throat, my goodness, and that's fine. And I'm rolling around because I'm viewing, like one of those, like lifetimes really, really quickly. It's not a projector per se, but it's something along that lines. Oh. And there's that war, but it's like Superwoman. Is it Superwoman? Wonder Woman? Oh my goodness, Wonder Woman. That's how you're perceived. But there's just been wars, and sometimes you've been caught. But like I said, when they thought they caught you, it's like you figured it out again. You've done something through the reflections. You've turned it around. You went behind the wall. Smoke went up in the air, and poof, you were gone. Okay, so where I'm at now, I feel like I just got plopped right into this moment. And I'm going to say, if I was on like a tilt-a-whirl or that roller skating rink, I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know if in this lifetime, like you have that feeling, you're just like, whew. Okay, so where am I at now? And the 3 of Cups came in also to clarify that 9 of Wands. I don't know if this is like seeing like a cat of like 9 lives. And this is how you're perceived by this energy entity. Maybe this is how you perceive yourself. It's like, damn, I've had 9 lives. Damn, I love it. I just heard blatantly the power of 3, so mote it be. So I don't feel like you're working alone. I don't know if you already have these soul sisters or soul, they don't have to be sisters in the female expression, but there is something about protecting the feminine energy. I feel like your masculine works very much so in the shamanic realm, as above, so below. Anyway, I don't need to get into all that. Okay, so there's a celebration. If you feel like there's an energy entity that just hasn't been dispelled over, say, 9 lives or 9 lifetimes, I feel like coming into where in the here and now, okay, we're going over there. There's something happening within the feminine with these wiry lines, and I don't mean wiry in a bad way. It's almost like they look like shaggy for a reason. Anyway, and now the as above, and this is the so below. And look how light it is. Almost like really decorative hens in a hen house. And this is what that feels like. I feel like you might be calling in, if you don't already know who they are, perhaps welcoming them in. The sun. Yes, that's what it feels like. The sun. The 3 of Cups. This power of 3, so mote it be. Down in here. The sun. And like a pink sun. Something about the sight changes. It's like very fancy hens, roosters, something like that. And then the roots are really, really white light. It's almost like if I would, presumably say, going deep into the roots shamanically and things are dark. That's great. In this aspect, it's like going deeper, maybe making these connections with your power of 3, whoever they may be. Well, that was fun. It becomes lighter. The Knight of Presence has come through. And there's 3 stockings in there. Everyone, and perhaps you know who these 2 other people are. Everyone does things differently. Like one's red and green, one's black, and one's red and black striped. There's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. There's a reason. There's a spectrum. It covers more land, more energy. There's less effort individually. And now I'm seeing like some old school video game, like Final Fantasy. That's what this feels like. Final Fantasy, but it's older game style. And I'm trying to remember, because I remember watching my husband play it, I think. And, you know, there's the warrior, the I don't know, the healer, the magician, I don't know. But everyone had the same abilities over different lifetimes, over different journeys, but they're prominent one part, but they could do different things. So the healer is always helping the warrior, and the warrior is always protecting the healer. And the mage is, I think there's a white mage and a dark, there's all these different characters. But I'm seeing 3 that are mirrored and duplicated as 6. And then you might be the 7th. Do you know what I'm saying? Or there's the 3 of you reflected, the female 3 of you, the male 3 of you, and then you each become one and become the power. I don't know. Anyway, it's all very golden, and it feels, you know what? I'm not going to say that there's some sort of knowledge that is, that you might read or inspire or something along that lines to better resonate with each other. Or again, it's just kind of like that, the healer to the mage, to the warrior, to the sorceress, whatever the case may be. If it's not your forte, you may learn or lean into it to have a better relationship with that person, with that partner, with that other soul sister, or whatever the case may be. It's not about, it's like you want to have an understanding and appreciation, so you dive in a little bit. And just like the video game, like you go through things. You might not be a fisherman, but you go and fish so that you know how to do it, and you always have food in your levels. Okay. Oh my goodness, I have rambled on so long. Marissa, I apologize. Let's close out here for Marissa and see what we going on. Queen of Candles, and we have the Ace of Potions and the 10 of Candles. Something is blatant. Okay, see how this 10 of Candles, and she is strangling that devil, coming all the way full circle. Whoops, sorry about that. Coming all the way full circle to that devil that started. It's done. If it's not done right now, it's going to be done. That burden will be almost like blessed and remove. The Queen of Candles. So again, a lot of wands and earth energy, and that mystic, that I can't get away from it, that the black cat being dark and the candle and the light, dark and light, both sides. And with that ability, with that reasoning, you can create potions and are powerful. It's all very, very electric, and your energy makes me want to move. And and it brings me into my favorite radio station, at least out here in Canada. I think it's 97.3, and it's the 70s, 80s, and 90s. And it's like my go-to station. I'm like, get a little bit of everything that's classic, and I don't know. That's just what it makes me feel like. All right. So freedom has come through. If there's some sort of, like we said, within oneself or others, 9 lives over and over, freedom will be had. But I do feel like you will have help, because it's almost like the same energy, entity, expression. Oh my goodness, purge is like you're not alone in it. I'm going to take the one that was turned over, because that was a whole lot of purge, and I would like to not take up too much more of your time. And foresight, freedom and foresight, blatantly, we can look at this. There's dark and light as well. You're being freed from any sort of bondage that has tried to keep you bound from before. Even though while you were bound in those other past lives, you were still doing work. You're like, okay, then I'm where I'm going to be. There's all that electricity and the freedom. 13, deep light. And you're going to have help. There's a bunch of crows back there. You're going to have help. Like I said, I don't know if it's 3 specifically or 3 mirrored. And I'm going to say, dare I say, Marissa, just given the context of this, it could be 3, mirrored 3, mirrored 3, mirrored 3, mirrored 3. But we're going to land on the card number 13. What a perfect number to land on, at least how I'm feeling. And not only is it coming into a 4, of course, of like stability and new foundations, of building more, but truly integrating and completing not only a cycle of like the 10 or moving through the gates of 11 to coming into, you know, the 12th. And really, this is like embodying it and being free to start a new cycle. I am going to leave it there. I apologize for rambling, but I hope this has served. Thank you so much for being my muse. It truly was an adventure, and I'm grateful for it. Okay, bye.